The Nifty then, 19,490, just 10 points shy from that 19,500 print. Let's see what Bharti is up to. Remember, they've acquired that additional 20.6% stake in Lavelle Network. So that stock is in focus. And yesterday itself, it clocked a 52-week high. There's also ITC. The board has approved Sanjeev Puri's reappointment as CMD for 5 years. Good smart move on ITC. 476 is where that stock is. Now, of course, let's get to the news specifics. I want to see what Delta Corp and Nazara Tech are up to, considering it's a 28% GST which is going to be levied on full value for online gaming casinos with no distinction between skill coming in right now. 10% lower for Delta Corp as we speak. Wasn't anticipating anything different. And I think it's a gap down even for Nazara, even though the management has clarified that they're not really impacted by this 28% GST which is slapped. Nazara also lower by 9% as we speak. For what its merit may be, let's also mark PVR Inox, considering the GST on F&B has now been reduced to 5% from the earlier 18%. 2% higher for PVR Inox as we speak. 1450 is where that stock is. Havells, they forayed now into electronic manufacturing services space for ACs and washing machines. So look out for that stock too. There's Lupin, wherein the US FDA has cleared the Pithampur unit 2. They've issued an EIR as well, although this news came in during the fag end of the market hours yesterday. Wipro, they've launched AI 1360, looking to invest about $1 billion in AI over the next 3 years. Marginal uptick on Wipro. And then, of course, let's check in on the result contenders. What is HCL and TCS up to ahead of their earnings today, though post-market hours? Mildly positive for TCS, HCL absolutely flat. But I don't think the market per se is giving you any reason to complain. In fact, if nothing, we're pretty much in line with the rest.
Actually, all the sectors are in the green, barring autos, which is on the back foot, and it's M&M and Maruti, which is seeing a bit of a profit booking. Rest of the sectors are comfortably in the green. It's the metals pack which is taking the charge yet again today. Pull up a JSW Steel, a Jindal Steel, JSPL, Ratnamani, NMDC, Tisco. All of these stocks are higher in the trading session. Though I have to say that Nazara is actually bouncing back from the opening tick that we saw. So it started with a cut of almost 13-14%. Now it's showing a cut of just 5%. So there has been quite a bit of recovery from the intraday lows already. The management did clarify that this only impacts 5% of the revenue. Can't say the same about Delta Corp. As we were highlighting, it continues to be locked in the lower circuit, a 10% cut coming in there. Pidilite, the city downgrade is weighing on that counter, a 3% cut. IndusInd Bank, wherein Soumnath was highlighting that it's not getting added into the MSCI index yet, so the flows might reverse a bit. That's seeing a cut of almost 2% as well. And separately, what else is buzzing on the gaining side? Mazgaon Dog, there was a large, I think, that happened on it because the volumes are on the higher side, 5% higher for that one. And then Just Dial Kajaria Ceramics, wherein there has been an upgrade which has come from Goldman Sachs, is also higher by around 2 to 2.5%.
Yeah, PVR, Inox, we talked about that 5% rate being put. A sentimental positive rub-off is what you're seeing on the stock. And yes, individual names like a Varun Beverages or a Nippon Life, LG Equipment, those are a buzz in trade. Let's get in our chartist stake then. A positive market breadth and holding out around the 19,460 mark. Kunal, your take, given that still it's 19,500 that's eluding us, and what's your first trade?
Yeah, I think we're still consolidating on the Nifty as well as on the Bank Nifty, but I think the attractive trade over here would actually be a long on Bank Nifty because most of the indicators are actually going into an oversold territory now for the banking index. So I think that's where I would probably keep an eye on, and any kind of an intraday dip, specifically if it happens for the banking index, should be taken as a good buying opportunity. Now, the stock which I would be clearly looking out for in the opening trade would be HDFC Bank. The stock again has gone into a mild correction in the last couple of trading sessions. Indicators are into an oversold territory or entering into an oversold territory for HDFC Bank. So that's a trade which looks very attractive.
Naresh, what are the first trades that you're punching in?
So Ashok Leyland looks interesting. The stock is coming in that touching distance of 170, a breakout, and the last 2 days of strength out there, expecting this breakout move to continue higher.
Okay, thanks Naresh as well as Kunal for joining us and talking to us